What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports, and before we get into all of the business, the most important thing you can do is hit that subscribe button. I will greatly appreciate that. We are very close to 400 subscribers, so if you are a new viewer of the channel, definitely recommend hitting that sub button, or if you're a longtime member of the channel, definitely recommend it, share it, try to get more people subbed to this channel. Let's grow this thing together, get over that 400 subscriber count, and continue growing from there. So, without further ado, let's get into all of the good stuff, because the Philadelphia Flyers destroy the Seattle Kraken in their first meeting in franchise history, and also, a former Flyer head coach in Dave Hackstall by a score of 6-1. Man, it was a manhandle. Rough stuff everywhere. Going after Claude Giroux, you got Nate Thompson stepping up, you got Nick Seeler stepping up for the boys. And you're getting goals all around the board. You got Claude Giroux and Travis Konecny getting their second goal in as many games. Brassard and Ellis get their first goal in Flyers uniforms. And Justin Braun, out of all people, get on the score sheet too. Joel Farabee also adds one as well. Man, what a great game to watch. Just all around the board, the atmosphere from the team, the atmosphere from the crowd, and it was just a fantastic game. That's all you can say. There were some iffy things during this game, but hey, Carter Hart made some fantastic saves early on in this game. Breakaway from Donskoy seals it up, and you got a little chance where you got Eberle with a wide open net. He flubs on the puck, and you got Hart diving over with his glove, lands in there, keeps the puck out of the net, and it's still a 0-0 game. And the Flyers respond directly after. They get a rush with the first line going up the edge. You got Travis Konecny handing it off to a clap bomb from Claude Giroux. Goes top shelf, making it a 1-0 lead for the Flyers. Then not that long after, it's the first line once again. Keith Yandel finding Travis Konecny going up the middle of the ice. He's skating in. Throws it on net. Saved by Grubauer, but the rebound goes right back to Travis Konecny. Great tracking of the puck, too, just to go after that rebound. And honestly, a poor play by the Kraken defenseman there, just letting Konecny get to that puck. And he buries the rebound, his own rebound, into the net. 2-0 Flyers lead. Flyers once again in the offensive zone. It's that line of Brassard, Atkinson, and Joel Farabee. They have been fantastic in the first two games of to start the season. And you got a little great play by Travis Sanheim to keep the puck in to begin with. The Kraken were trying to clear the zone. Sanheim keeps it in and hands it over to the point where that is Justin Braun. Hands it over to Derek Brassard. And you get a lucky bounce goal. Brassard throws it to the middle of the ice. It goes off of one of the Kraken defensemen and into the net. Take that every day of the week. Looking for probably someone in the middle of the ice. I'm not sure if it was Joel Farabee that was standing there or it could have been Cam Atkinson, but hey, Brassard will take that any day of the week. That's his first goal in a Flyers uniform. And then you go into the intermission up 3-0. All is good. And the first thing, too, is once again, you have a great first period after you give up some chances to the Kraken. They got their chances early. Carter Hart was making the saves, and you responded from there and dominated them the rest of the first period. So now we have to not repeat what happened in the home opener and not have a terrible second period, which was not the case. The Flyers had a great second period as well, and it started off really good too. There were some penalties involved. The Flyers got some power plays. Kraken got some power plays throughout this game as well, but really no one cashed in on their power play chances. The Flyers penalty kill was good in this game. And you got another chance from that second line, Brassard, Farabee, Atkinson. They keep it in the zone. Brassard with a nice dish over to a wide open Ryan Ellis coming up on the right side. Buries it into the net past Grubauer. 4-0 Flyers. And then not that long after, this is like almost, I would say, a little under 2 minutes. Out of all the goddamn plays I've seen in the world, you got a 2-on-1 with the defenseman out there. Justin Braun, Travis Sanheim. And it's Justin Braun who buries one. It barely goes in, but hey, he buried it. Makes it 5-0. 5-0 and Justin Braun scores. My goodness. And this is where you get into that point in the game where a lot of the rough stuff happens. So directly after the face-off from the Justin Braun goal, you get the first line out there for the Flyers, and I'm assuming this is like the gritty line for the Seattle Kraken. They're down 5-0. You got Claude Giroux lined up with Nathan Bastian, and Bastian just goes after Claude Giroux, and he starts off into this entire scrum. He's like, who the hell do you think you are? I know you're trying to get your team back into the game. Don't touch Claude Giroux. That is the first thing you should not do, because the entire team went after you the rest of the night. And you saw both of those guys going into the penalty box, Claude Giroux and Bastion. You got Claude Giroux literally chirping at him the entire time. And that started a whole bunch of rough stuff later in the game as well, especially in the second period too, one of the bigger moments of the game. This is after those guys come out of the penalty box. So you got the fourth line out there for the Flyers and that line out there for the Kraken. So you got one thing going on at the end of on one end of the ice. Sorry for the stutter there. And this is during where Nicolas Aube-Kubel takes a really dumb penalty in the offensive zone. Just a stupid cross check. So you got that going on one side of the ice in the offensive zone. But over in the Flyers zone, you got guys like Nate Thompson, Nick Sealer going after all the other Kraken. Basically, Nathan Bastion, they're stepping up for Claude Giroux. Why the hell are you going after my captain? If you want to talk to someone, talk to me, Nate Thompson. Nick Sealer, and you got Nick Sealer going after Jamie Alexia, a guy who's like 5 foot taller than him, and he's holding his own. He's getting punched in the face, punched in the helmet, and he is standing, and none of them go down. Great fight. You got Nick Sealer taking off his helmet, literally screaming at the top of his lungs, going to the penalty box, literally just pumping up the crowd. Great moment. Nick Sealer, he has balls. I'll give him that. He had a lot of balls. This Flyers team has some spunk to them, and I like it. They have energy to them. They do. They're not afraid. They're stepping up for their captain. They're not afraid to fight. And that was one of the other things that was with the offseason, with the moves with this team. Bringing in all this different types of leadership, bringing all these different types of players. The Flyers last year, they were a team that was easily run over. They wouldn't do anything. They didn't step up for anyone. They wouldn't fight. You bring in these different leaders. You bring in these guys that can play on the fourth line. These grinder type of guys. And even a guy like a Nick Sealer that you pick up for cheap. And even all these guys that you're picking up on waiver claims that are not with the team yet. These guys, they're going to step up for people. They're not going to back down. They're going to make sure you don't go after our top guys like Claude Giroux. And even Claude Giroux's not even afraid to go after people. Like, he's stepping up for himself. And with that stupid cross-check. I know they're trying to enforce the cross-check rule, but like, Claude Giroux was literally just trying to defend himself. And he got like a little one shot to the head there, but still. It was just like, don't go after my captain. That's basically what the entire process is there. And that's what the Flyers did. Nick Sealer, Nate Thompson. And Nate Thompson is going to come in a different story later in this game as well, because he had a total of 25 penalty minutes in this game. But before the second period ends, Kraken, they get on the board. Soucy makes it a 5-1 game for the Flyers. As you go into the intermission, the Kraken, they were getting some chances at the end of the third as well. The Flyers were taking a couple of bad penalties too. You got the Nicolas Aube-Kubel one. Then you got Travis Konecny trying to do one too many things in the offensive zone, like trying to go in between his legs. He's falling over himself, and then he trips one of the Kraken in the offensive zone. So that became a penalty, but nothing came about it because the Flyers killed off all of those Kraken power plays, especially the one that carried over into the third period. Flyers also got a power play as well. They didn't cash in there, but he got another great chance from this second line. You got Cam Atkinson just throwing it in on Driger, who was in at this point. He came in after the Braun goal. Grubauer got replaced. So honestly, looking at Grubauer's stats against the Flyers, I think I looked them up during the game when I was just in the seats. I was just like, man, Grubauer, every time he's in a game against the Flyers, he's always giving up a ton of goals. Because I drastically remember him a couple of years ago. I think it was like a home opener against the Capitals. The Flyers scored 7 goals against him. Then it was another game later that season. The Flyers potted in a lot of goals against him. And in this game too, I think I saw his stats were like he's 2-4, 2-5 against the Flyers or something like that. Save percentage below 900, goals against above 3. So yeah, he doesn't really play that good against the Flyers. So that was Dave Haxtell's one of the many mistakes that he made into this game. And the crowd was letting him hear it too. Dave Haxtell chants throughout the entire building. Whew. Fans were heated, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. But still, going back to this third period, second line, Cam Atkinson throwing the puck on Driger. Got Joel Farabee just running up the ice, burying the rebound. Makes it 6-1. That's his second on the season. And like I said, this line is clicking. They are. And I love it. I love the way these guys are playing in these first 2 games. But yeah, it's only 2 games. But the chemistry, you can definitely tell that it's there. Then going through this rest of the third period, you got the Nate Thompson fight going up against Nate Bastion. Thompson literally pummeling him, getting the 5-minute fighting and the 10-minute misconduct, standing up for Claude Giroux. That's basically what it was. Stop going after my captain. I'm going to go after you the entire game if you keep doing that. And that's what Nate Thompson did. He dropped the mitts. They fought. They got the 5-minute major and the 10-minute misconduct. And that's how your game ends. nothing really happened. Flyers just playing a shutdown game. There were many other chances throughout this game. Travis Konecny hit a crossbar. And Travis Konecny had a lot of chances throughout this game. He was flying out there. He made some mistakes, especially on that where he was trying to do way too much and he got the penalty for it. But he was flying out there. He was definitely very noticeable, and that's something you really need out of Travis Konecny. He's got 2 goals in the first 2 games, and he's feeling it out there. He wants to shoot the puck. He wants to get the biscuit in the net. I love it. I love that out of Travis Konecny. So, your 3 stars of this game: Carter Hart, 1st star; Derek Brassard, 2nd; and Nick Seeler with the 3rd star. Shots on goal, Flyers favored 27-24. Flyers dominated in the face-off circle. No power play goals for any team. Flyers go 0 for 2, and the Kraken go 0 for 4. So the Flyers are 4 for 4 on the penalty kill, which is nice to see. Penalty minutes for both teams. The Kraken had 46 to the Flyers 40. So there was a lot of penalty minutes in this game. And I think Nate Thompson had a bulk of the Flyers. I think he had more than half of the penalty minutes for the Flyers too. He had 25 in total. Hits, very physical game, 26-27. And shots per period, the Flyers really dominated that first period, 16-8. And surprisingly, the Flyers only had 5 shots in the second, but hey, 3 of those were goals. So I'll take that any day of the week. And then the Kraken also outshot them in the third period, 8-6, but the Flyers led in shots where they mattered. A lot of penalties in this game. Really great game to watch. The Flyers get their first win of this season, and that's great. You get 3 points in the first 2 games to start the season, and now you got 2 big contests upcoming at the end of this week. Wednesday against the Boston Bruins, so it's the first time you're going to be seeing that team this year. And then up against the Florida Panthers this Saturday. Boston, I think that's going to be their 2nd game this season as well. So hopefully you can catch them a little bit rusty. That'll be nice to see. And for Florida, they're going to be one of the favorites to be one of the better teams in the Atlantic Division this year. There could be a cup contender as well. That's a team you got to look out for. They're not going to be an easy contest. So the Flyers have some good competition upcoming this week. They got 3 points in their first 2 games, a shootout loss against Vancouver and the win today against the Seattle Kraken. So let's see. I'm more pumped for Flyers hockey than ever. These games have been fun. They've been electric. I love seeing this team play, and I can't wait for the rest. It's going to be a hell of a time. And I want to hear your thoughts about this game. Just Dave Hackstall's return, the offense clicking today, Claude Giroux, Travis Konecny, all the fights too, the Nick Seeler fight, the Nate Thompson fight. I want to hear all your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below, as always. So don't forget to leave those down there. Don't forget to drop a like on this video as well. Do not forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I'm a part of. The links are down in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out the links to BrodesMedia, the Florida Pod merch website, and also Flyers Nitty Gritty. All that good stuff is down in the description below. And like I said in the beginning, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll greatly appreciate that. And I will see you next time.